All right, what's going on, guys? For today's video, we have split stability disc version 2.0. The last one ended up being pretty horrible. I printed half an understable disc, half an overstable disc, super glued the two together. Horrible idea. There was a giant gap between the two. Didn't work out super well. Today, I wanted to modify that and print them as one disc, but instead of just doing like a really quick transition between the overstable and understable discs, we actually did a super slow fade, so it's kind of a different concept, but one side of the disc is super understable, one side is super overstable, and then it slowly merges between the two across the disc. So I can show it up close on the camera here, see if I can pick it up. This left side here is really understable, where this right side is extremely overstable. The diameters, everything else, the speed on each side is exactly the same. The only thing that changes is it gradually goes from understable to overstable across. I'm hoping printing it as one disc and making these necessary changes is going to get it to fly a little more neutral. Haven't thrown it yet. We're going to throw it for the first time here, see what it does. All right. I think we're just going to go nice and flat, not try and kill it yet, see what it does. I don't know where to grab it at. The overstable side is extremely overstable. I might try the understable side first. We'll go in the middle. We'll go like in between the two where it's kind of a little more neutral. I couldn't be happier right now. I threw that. I mean, I'll have to look. That looked like it was perfectly flat. And the disc went dead straight. There is no way. Attempt number one was absolutely horrible. Attempt two, literally perfect. I cannot wait to try that out some more. All right, I literally could not be happier with that first throw. Yes, it was a little low and I didn't throw it full power, but it literally went dead straight. And for just having to guess on how understable and how overstable to make each side, the fact that it worked out pretty good is insane, or it's even close. Maybe when we rip on it harder, it'll still be a little understable or whatever, but it's close enough to where it's pretty awesome. Okay, it's interesting. Noticing now is I didn't throw it super high again, but that one definitely wasn't low. The first one was a little low. Doesn't get much glide. Like I threw that plenty hard enough to get there on a 380-foot hole, which is not that far, and I'm well short. So there's something that's interesting with that, or like it is overstable and I threw it on a hyzer, but it is pretty interesting that it seems to get less glide for some reason. Dude, it is so cool. It's got the little bit of stability at the end still. It doesn't get a ton of distance for some reason, but it's so cool that the stabilities actually fight each other and it's going pretty straight. All right, we've got our first stability shots with it out of the way, just doing some quick tests. We're gonna move on to throwing some forehands, then we're gonna try all the fun shots. We'll go roller, tomahawk, grenade, upside down, whatever we can think of. Then at the end here, I'm gonna do some extra tests at the very end. I'm gonna try seeing if gripping it in different spots makes any different. Like if I grip it on the overstable side, does it somehow fly more overstable? If I grip it on the understable side, is it more understable? That kind of stuff. And then we're gonna throw a couple shots at the very end, going for a bunch of Annie max distance with it, see how far we can get this thing. All right, we're on a 200 and like 60, 70 foot hole here. We're gonna throw a little forehand with it. First forehand. Interesting to me is like the middle to like slightly understable side feels probably the best for me on the backhand and the forehand. Okay, a little too high, a little too flat. Not horrible aim, just short. This is the shot I've been struggling with the most recently. My form's been kind of poopy, but it is what it is. We'll try it. Okay, we got it a little too flat. I mean, it's still got some stability. It's definitely not overall neutral. I would probably have to make the overstable side a little less overstable to truly get it like neutral, but then it also depends on like how hard you're throwing, how fast you're throwing, all that. But overall, still pretty stoked with it. That definitely could have been better with a little more Annie. Oh, we nailed it. Okay. It rolled pretty good. Didn't get a ton of distance, but it rolled pretty good. All right, guys, it's time to try our upside down. Overstable discs fly understable. Understable discs fly overstable when upside down. This is pretty neutral overall, so I'm guessing it's gonna fly slightly overstable. We're gonna see. Rip it on a slight Annie, try and get some good speed on it. Where's the best spot to grip it? Right there, that one feels good. Yep, she's nice and overstable upside down. what I figured, unless the disc is really overstable, they still usually fly overstable upside down. Yeah, oh yes. Great stability for Tomahawks, we love that. All right, we got the thumb locked in. It's grenade time. Wow, not bad at all. So we're gonna try now testing out. I'm gonna grab the most understable portion I possibly can. We're gonna rip it hard and flat here, hopefully give it a little bit of height, see what it does. If it flies the same as it did every other time, we know it doesn't make any difference. And then we'll go try and throw some max distance shots with it. All right, here we go. Hard, flat, medium height. Yeah, it's about the same. I mean, that went dead straight. I could have threw it a little bit higher. I mean, slight early release, but like came out pretty flat, maybe a tiny hyzer, and went pretty much straight, maybe a hair left. Okay, good Annie. Yeah, like I put a little too much Annie on it, but it's like most discs, like my Venoms or something on that Annie would kind of like have that Annie, and they almost kind of get that like lift as they flex out a little bit, where it's like, it just seems like the harder you throw that, the less distance it gets less glide. Really interesting. But overall, guys, super fun disc. I'm super happy with that, how that turned out. I think in the future, if I want to make another one, I'll make the overstable side just slightly less overstable to get one that's almost like perfectly neutral. But for a second try there, it is pretty close. And a lot of times if you get it flat, it does go pretty straight. So I'm happy with it overall. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you want to support the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any fun ideas for what I should make next, comment down below. All right, peace out.